Speaking of Rihanna, that Super Bowl was cute.
It
It
was
was cute.
cute.
Yeah,
It
I
was
felt like she could
cute.
have moved a little bit more, but okay, maybe she was in pain or something. Maybe she had some cramps.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Don't
Like
know.
you never know like how she was feeling. Like she maybe gave it her all like during rehearsal and stuff. But maybe that day she probably won with it. She was like, I'm gonna give y'all, but I thought it was clean, like the production was really good. The dancers did their thing. Mind you that this girl was floating, like she was floating on that clear glass, hanging like that, performing.
Mhm.
How many people can do that?
Right.
So I think it was good. I think she did a good job. A lot of people had mixed reactions about it.
Yeah.
Like they say she could have did more, but Rihanna has never really been that girl though. She never really been that girl that do the most. Like
I
I guess people was trying to compare
mean,
her to Beyonce, but all she really do is when she performs, she twerk. She'll do a little pop here. Like what she was doing for the Super Bowl. I feel like every performance I've seen her do, she do that still when she's not pregnant.
yeah, she always did a little extra. She always a little extra.
Yeah,
But I like to
she do
say
like a
thank
little something.
y'all so much for pulling up to Queen Talk Podcast. We all appreciate y'all so much for pulling up. Um, we're just some Florida girls, trying to be heard, real uncut. We give ourselves the real version of ourselves to y'all. We ain't putting on this real uncut. We have our opinions, we have our facts, agree to disagree. Thank y'all so much for pulling up. We appreciate y'all so much. And
Yes, thank y'all for tuning in.
yes, back to Rihanna. She did her thing. Like like her ankles were swollen, like she was hurting. Her feet was hurting a little bit, but she did good. She was cute. She was real cute. She had a lot of dancers. Ooh, she had a lot of dancers. And there was like one little somebody on Instagram. On social media, they so petty, right? So on social media, on Instagram, I should have sent it to you when I seen it. But I was in a zone today. But somebody had pointed at it like one of the dancers, and it like Kanye West.
What?
They said it was waiting for Kanye West to come out. That was so hilarious.
Then they were talking about it look like little sperms. Like the people dancing around the baby. It was just, Twitter is undefeated. But overall, I do think she did a good job. A lot of people was expecting for her to bring somebody else on. Like I seen a lot of people were saying they wish she would have had at least Jay-Z come out, Drake,
She should have had
DJ
help.
Khaled, because she did do Wild Thoughts. She could have brought out like DJ Khaled, Bryson Tiller to do Wild Thoughts with her, but
Yeah.
she didn't. But like I said, overall, I feel like it was a good performance.
It was a good performance for a pregnant person, like an 8-month pregnant person, like she about to pop any day now.
Yeah. She probably was tired. That girl probably was like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this little dance. I'm finna perform, and then I'm done.
But we both had children. When you pregnant, you're tired. So therefore, get somebody to help. Don't be that independent woman. Like, we know you an independent woman making your money in your corners to get that. But you look like you needed some help. Like you was doing all them they compared some of her performances she did before she was pregnant to the different songs, and she just looked like she was tired. She looked like she had her hips were sore, like she had just got it in or something in the dressing room, her ankles, like it was hurting. Then she was on that high thing, she probably felt nauseous. Like that was just I felt like she should have brought support from people that was featured on her songs and stuff. It would have played a big role in that performance. They support her, and then she probably wanted to know she was pregnant. But at the end of the day, you was gonna eventually tell us anyways. It's okay if they knew. They weren't gonna say they not gonna go on the mic say, hey, saying she pregnant, whatever. Like I feel like she needed a little help. But she did okay. It wasn't horrible, but it could have been better, you know.
I
Versus,
agree. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah,
She could have still, yeah, added more people to
mm-hmm.
make the show pop because she had a lot of the songs were single songs, but she did do a song where she had T.I. She did do a song with Eminem. I think she performed, and then again she had the DJ Khaled, Bryson Tiller. She had that song with Jay-Z that everybody was just expecting Jay-Z to pop out,
And he was
but
already there too, so he could have just they just
yeah,
threw him out. He could have performed
did
for
a
the
little
audience.
get on the mic, did a little 1-2,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
yeah. So I just felt like
Hmm.
she just needed, and she was out of breath and she was sweating, and it just she was still cute though, but it just
She
like
was,
Riri, you needed a little help, boo.
and it's
But you ain't
okay.
do
She
bad.
needed help. Like the girl was pregnant.
Yeah, she needed to sit down and rest her feet and everything. Like, but she did okay. But since we're talking about Rihanna, let's go ahead and go to Chris Brown,
Uh-oh.
right? So everybody just Chris Brown is just on the hot seat. He on the hot. I know his ass is on fire. When I, you know what I'm saying? It's on fire right now. Like everybody's coming at him from left to right. Like he cannot get a break.
Chloe Bailey, she just announced a new collab with him and took it to social media with a photo. They blasted a photo of them and it looks like really sexy. Like when I first
I
seen the photo, I
love
was
it.
like, okay.
I love
Like
it, honey.
Chloe Bailey, Chris Brown. Like Chris Brown, I've been a fan of Chris Brown since he came out. Because
Me
we the
too.
same age, so since he came out, I've always been a fan of him. And then Chloe Bailey, like I love her music. She has really good music, R&B. So I'm like, okay, this is a dope collab. But I did not expect people to really like dislike it. I did not expect people to just come at it, you know, so controversial like that. So they was just not here for it. A lot of people was very upset that she collabed with him, and they was just making up, not making up these things, but just bringing back his past about him being an abuser and all those things. So what do you think about that? For one, like
I,
the
I feel like we
collab, do you
all
think
make
it was
mistakes
worth
in
it?
life.
Hmm.
I feel like everybody have been 17, 18 years old and made mistakes. Either it made it to the blogs, even made it to the neighborhood, you know what I'm saying, even made it to your parents' doorstep. Everybody have made mistakes when they was a teenager. And I feel like he's a grown man now. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
It
right,
comes into teaching your kids to keep their hands to themselves, especially females. Don't expect to hit a
right.
male and a male beat your ass and then you expect the crowd like, oh, he beat me up. But what did you put your hands on him first? Now I don't condone, violence and stuff like that because I have been a survivor from that. But don't put your hands on somebody. If she never put her hands on him, that'd have been fine. But don't put your hands on somebody and then when somebody react to what you have done to them, then you
Mhm.
wanna, you wanna sit there and play the victim and stuff like that. Not taking what he did to her was wrong. But he was young, dumb, and full of calm. He was still growing. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. So I feel like if they forgive all these other celebrities that have done stuff, drugs, beating women, doing other stuff, they pat them on the back and say, hey, you know what? Don't do that next time. And then they move on. But since it's him, it's about when you have a light shining on you that's so bright and nobody can dim that light because God placed that light over your life, you're going to get the enemy coming every way attacking you. Every way attacking you. Yeah, you have made mistakes. Yeah, God have forgave you. But the enemy don't want people to forget what you done. He want that. He trying to dim your light. And I'm glad that he's, you know what I'm saying, putting his opinion out there, how he feel about how everybody feel about him. Far as, he was young, dumb, full of calm. And it's just like us women, we got to keep our hands to ourselves. Now, me, I ain't put my hands on a man unless you put your hands on me first. But you got to keep your hands to yourself, and you got to learn from your mistakes. And sometimes, you know, before you go to church, before you save into church, you know, oh, I used to do this. I used to be a stripper. Or I used to be a pimp, or whatever the case is. You come into church, you turn your life over to God. It's always some people out there in the street say, yeah, look at him or look at her. You know what I'm saying? They think they saved now. They think they too good now. And they was out there doing, it's the same thing. When you have a big platform like that, it's the same thing. And it's sad that he's going through that, because he got kids now. He's trying to provide for his kids and leave a legacy for his kids. And his little mistake that he made is hunting him years later, you know.
Response to it as far as continuing to just provide music, like put out music and, you know, try to stay positive with everything that's going on. And he just keep going, and you know, I appreciate him for doing that. But it's like, you know, a lot of people want to bring up the fact that that they say, well, you know, Rihanna wasn't the only person that did things to, or that he assaulted or something, things like that. But the whole point of it is, like you say, people changing or trying to make that change. It's like, what, you know, how many situations that we go through, how many times that we sin every day. Like, you just gonna choose this one thing that this person do, when, like, and he made an example about the whole situation with Chrisean and Blueface. Like, he's like, y'all coming at me talking about these things that I did in the past, but y'all will in the same breath watch Chrisean and Blueface fight and laugh about it and talk about it and everything like that. So it just comes to a point that they just don't like him. Like, they just don't some people just don't like him. Right. And we just have to, and that's okay. Like, everybody's not gonna like everything that you do. Like, if they don't want to listen to the song and they don't want to support her for doing that music with him, I don't think that's gonna stop anything. Honestly, I honestly think that her song is probably gonna be the biggest song that she probably ever did, collabing with him. And I think she knows that. She knows what Chris Brown has done in his past, and I know her team knows that. But again, like, y'all talking about Chris Brown and somebody that you don't even know, but what about these people that you know? These people that you are close with, your family members. Do y'all treat them with the same, do y'all do the same thing to them? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna talk to you because you did this, or I ain't gonna mess with you because you did this. No. They're not gonna do that.
They're not gonna do it.
They just
you see the comments?
They just want something to talk about. And I understand them. Like he say, I'm tired of y'all like keep going with this narrative of things that I've done when I was 17 years old. Like,
and I think, and again, you know, Chloe, like, they say, like, she do a little extra when she perform and stuff. So I feel like it's a little hate on both ends, and they just, now that they see that they're together about to do something big, they see a big upcoming artist that's like went solo and been having hit after hit after hit. None of her songs suck, you know what I'm saying? And then here you go, Chris Brown, the most greatest R&B singer, one of the greatest R&B singers out there and dancer, and you getting these two artists together, and it's like a triple threat, I would say. You know what I'm saying? Their talents put together, it's gonna change how the R&B, because R&B, I won't say like how P. Diddy said how R&B is dead. I don't think it's dead. I just think that it need the right people to come together and make, you know what I'm saying, good music that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like this is making sense, and people don't want it to make sense. They want that hoorah stuff. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't be listening to rap like that, but the rap game have changed completely. So R&B, I feel like R&B, they still getting it, and I just feel like haters gonna hate. Let them hate.
Right.
It's gonna, that song. I can't wait for that song. I hope the song is really good. From the little clips that she was doing, I feel like it's good. So
right.
I'm all for it.
It's so many different people who've done things in their life, like actors, actresses, all these celebrities, and people don't talk about it. People just throw it under the rug that has done terrible things. Like there are actors who have won awards, still winning awards, that they have done things in that past, and we don't talk about it. That's why I say I just feel like it's just a conversation of people to have. Like, oh, why would you do that with him and he abused Rihanna? Like, it's just somebody just to talk about something. But they're gonna be the same ones that's gonna listen to the music, and or not. Like, but I feel like people change. Like, we can't. People can't change.
Right. I feel like people just they so bitter and unhappy themselves. They just instead of them dealing with their own problems, they focus on somebody else's past. Trying to them they like, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like it's so sad. People do that. They see that you happy. They see that you're succeeding back. They see you getting back up. They see you have fell down for so many years. Now you getting back up. You dusting the dirt off you, and you know what I'm saying? You putting band-aids over the wounds. You know what I'm saying? After you cleaned them off. Now they want to knock you back down because they just like, oh, you should stay down there a little longer. You ain't learned your lesson yet. How can you tell somebody they have learned their lesson yet? How can you tell them that they can't get up? You know what I'm saying? We talk about all the time how we knock our black men down. We knock them down. The police shoot them. We shoot each other. Like, it don't make sense. How can you get mad at a white cop shooting a black man when we're in the hood? Well, you know, the black community in the hood shooting each other. Now we got black cops killing black men. Now we got a black man that made a mistake when he was a kid. And now he learned over the years. Yes, he been through stuff after that too, but he was growing. It takes a while for somebody to mature and grow and heal from that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. And then you want to sit here and bash him, and then you got the black women sitting here talking about he don't support black women, and it's like, well, dang, like we already get the good black women already get that we don't support our black men, and when we do support our black men, it's always those stupid little idiots, ignorant women, black women that say, oh, he don't support, or they don't support, they do support. You just around the wrong freaking people. You got to change your circle at the end of the day. And I just don't understand that. I just don't get it.
Let me read this comment. Says, so they say I used to be a dog. If my woman held that against me, I wouldn't have the opportunity to show her I can be better.
These young men these days, I be feeling so bad for these young men. Oh, they just don't know how to treat a woman. They don't know what love is. You know, they don't know how to treat a woman. You know, that's why I try to let my son listen to old school music. He will listen to old school music. He don't know about no new school music. He'll look at you like you crazy. He just found out who the baby was a year ago. So I let him listen to old school music so he can, you know what I'm saying, that feel from his soul. You know what I'm saying? He want to feel the music. I don't want him just hearing it just to hear it. I want him to listen to stuff that matters, that have a meaning behind it at the end of the day, you know. So, and I feel like every song that I listened to Chris Brown had a meaning behind it, to be honest. I ain't gonna even lie to you. You can relate to his music in some type of way. Even if you felt like that in middle school, high school, college, and your third, fourth relationship, your first relationship, your relationship you in now, you can feel the passion behind his music. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel like people don't want to hear that passion. They don't want to hear that soul no more. They want to just make TikToks and, you know.
And then that's a long subject, because it's like you have to, it all plays a part when you're dealing with relationships. Like, people go in relationships, they do really go into relationships with the songs that they listen to. They listen to these type of songs, and they act the way that, you know, however the song feels or whatever feeling they get from these songs is how they act. So I do definitely agree that R&B, the songs that you listen to, it does play up. It is a big influence in our daily lives. We listen to music all the time, all day long. People listening to music. So it's like, what are you listening to?
I feel like music have a big impact on my life, because I can be on the phone with somebody and bust out with a song, and you're like, where the heck you get that song from that one word you said? and it made me think of that song.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever done it before? Like you was on the phone with somebody talking to your, you know what I'm saying, your boom, like, yeah, and then they say a word like, you start singing, like, they're like, okay, I hear you, they like.
I can do that. I do that every day. I feel like I do that every day with everything. Every word, I'm like singing something. I start singing a song that go with the word all day. All
Girl,
day, every day.
I be at work just singing. Them customers like, sing it, Candy. I was like, you know I can't sing, but I be trying.
So y'all need to leave him alone. Leave my boy alone. He popping out these music, these bangers, these classic songs for us, for our generation, and we need him because at this moment he the only one that's really doing it like that. As far as R&B, I know we talk about Usher, but as far as our age, like Chris Brown's the only one that's popping out that music, that feel good music that has meaning to it. So y'all just, and then Rihanna, like I guess they keep saying about the music thing, but I'm like, Rihanna, she done went past it. She done already, they
He
done had a
support Rihanna.
conversation.
He
He
was
support
cheering her
her.
on. She be cheering him on. Like, let them be happy in their own
Right.
separate lives. Like, I don't understand that. I don't understand that. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't like my lips looking dry.
Oh, God, what we doing? A chopstick break?
Yes, girl. Girl, I be at work at girl be like, They're like, your lips look good. I want to look better.
Question. Let's read some of these comments before we get into our game. So when does having your man's back go too far? That's when he committing a crime, I'm guessing.
When both of y'all end up locked up.
Yeah.
That's too
And
far.
when it's not good for you, when it's physically, emotionally, mentally hurting you, I feel like that's when it's going too far. When it's not healthy. But having your man's back with whatever it is, whatever goals that they have that they want to achieve, something
Listen, I'm gonna have my man back.
right.
I'm
But
gonna have
when it's
his
something
front
that's gonna hurt me physically, I'm gonna be hurt physically, I'm gonna be hurt mentally, emotionally. That's when it's too far.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You agree with that?
Yeah, I agree. Ain't no, I'm telling y'all, I cannot go to jail for you. I cannot go to jail for you, baby. I'm sorry. I ain't that
Situation like
riding
that.
die shit. Ain't nobody in Clyde. None of that.
Mm-hmm.
Listen,
You ever been in
I can have.
a situation like that? Almost went to jail for somebody?
No.
Oh, okay, good.
Listen, you know what they'll do to me in jail, and I'm gonna let them do it too, because I'm not gonna fight that. Listen, I'm
You
not
gonna
taking. I'm gonna later. Yes, master. Whatever. Listen, I'm not taking no heat from you for you. Don't plant nothing on me and say it's mine. It's yours. I ain't no riding die chick. Yeah, I'll hold you down for a few months and stuff like that. But after that, you're gonna have to call your mama. Like, I'm not that chick. I'm sorry. Like, I just can't. I can't go to jail. I'll fight with you if you about to get jumped. I jump in and I help you now. But when it comes to click, you better know how to run, because I'm gonna be gone. I'm gonna be gone. You gonna push that gas, or I'm gonna be running. Listen, I ain't. You said, how long do you hold your man down before it's too much? Listen, I'm gonna tell you a story. I'm gonna tell you why my mindset is where it's at now. Because it was one point in time I liked the street dudes, so I wanted to talk to the street dude. I talked to him. We was doing good. He done did something. He had, he was in the streets. He did his little thing, run away from the police. He called me while he worked for the police. He FaceTimed me like, look, I'm running from the police. He ended up crashing the car because the phone went off. But he ended up going to jail. He ended up calling me when he got in jail. I think like a couple weeks after that, he had called me. And I was sitting there freaking out for like 2 weeks, freaking out. Like, oh my God, he ain't dead. He ain't dead. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't seen nothing on social media that he was dead. But anywho, he went to jail. and I'm gonna hold you down. I'm gonna hold you down. Oh, they give you 8 years? I'm waiting 8 years for you, baby. 8 years. Since I was ready to wait for him for 8 years, I'm about to get 2 jobs so I can take care of you. 2 jobs. So I can make sure I pay my bills, whatever I gotta pay, and make sure that you good now. 2 years went by, we was good. He wrote me a letter. He broke up with me. I was like, he left me for, listen, this ain't the case, but in my mind, I said he left me for a nigga enough. That wasn't the case, but I was so hurt.
You were thinking that, right?
I was thinking that. So I had a crush on this dude forever. And I finally got him. And he fucked up. And I stayed with him. And I tried to be with him forever. He went to jail. He broke up me in a letter. You know, he wrote me 2.5 years ago. No. He wrote me 4 years ago. And he was like, I know you probably have kids by now and married. I looked at the letter and said, yeah, bitch, I got a son. And when I was talking shit to the letter, I don't know where that little hood stuff came from, but that joke came out. I was like, yeah, you know that Polk County stuff. Yeah. I was like, yeah, I got a kid, I got a son. Yeah, I ain't married, but I can be. It's my choice. I just talking shit to the letter. I ripped that shit up and I threw it away. But yeah, he's like, keep thinking about me every day. You don't think about me. You got a little boy girlfriend up in
So how long were you dating him before he went in?
I was dating him for what, like 8 months?
Oh wow. Months? Yeah, he probably just knew that it wasn't probably gonna work out with y'all. So he was like, let me just
I was like crying on the phone. I was like, you broke up with me. You broke my heart. You want a man. They probably got it on recording. They probably listened to that thing over and over laughing. But I was so heartbroken because like I was willing to wait for them 8 years for him. But
facts.
Like
I agree with who that podcast under Jew. He says, as a man, I'm not holding no woman down. I'll see her when she get out and see where I'm at. I agree with that.
I do. I see now. My mindset is, you go to jail. We broken up that same day you went to jail. Sorry. We're gonna start fresh when you get out. Maybe if I ain't got no boo or whatever the case is, but you go to jail soon. You say, hey, I'm at the police station. Oh, okay. You have a nice life. I love you. Right. But I'm not the one to, or the motherfucking 3 to be trying to hold you down. You can't take care of me. I can't. I'm good. Cause like I be feeling like, okay, if I'm not doing enough for him, he's gonna find somebody else to do the rest. So why put myself in that situation? I'm just gonna let you find somebody else to do that, and then when you get out, yeah.
So how long he got? He got a long time?
No, he out now.
Oh,
no, 23 years. He out now.
So you don't see yourself like that part is over with.
Yeah, he broke my heart. I feel like he left me for a dude. I really feel like he left me for a dude in there that had his shirt tied up, like all that. That's my vision. I think he left me for. He broke my heart.
So, what if you were married? Like, what would you do in that situation?
If I was married, my husband went to jail. See, the thing about it, if my husband went to jail because he was doing something to protect his family, I will hold him down. If my husband went to jail because he wanted to do something stupid and he know better, those divorce papers are going in jail with him for him to sign. So when he
especially if y'all like didn't have a conversation, like did y'all have a conversation about what it is that you trying to do? Like, no, I agree with you.
No, listen, why officer, when you hold up, wait, before you take him to prison, hold up, sign this for me, thank you. Just sign it right there. Sign it right there. What is this? I'm gonna get you out. I'm gonna get you out. I'm gonna get myself out this relationship. Thank you.
Yeah, somebody said if I was married, she gotta understand as I would if I was locked up. She gotta understand that I ain't gonna be there. I'm gonna have to go our separate ways, and we'll figure it out to see where I'm at when you get out. So we
Oh,
got we got another question. Somebody says, "What advice can you give to them Jody and Yvette relationships? What advice you gonna give to you give to those baby boy relationships? You got a kid, you got a child with this person, and I
I
guess
had
you
a
was
similar
living out.
relationship like that, but we ain't had no kid together. But he was one of those wasn't working, I was working,
Mm.
um, type of thing. Well, no, I can't really put it like that because he ain't had nobody in my car. He better not have, because I go slap his
What did
mama.
you have in
But we
my
ain't talking about
car?
that.
What did you have in my car? Oh, I couldn't do
But the thing, I
that.
feel like those
No.
Jody and I just feel like those situations you just gotta leave. Like that's just unhealthy. Um, that's very unhealthy. Like I know I'm a little toxic, but I ain't that toxic. I know I want a man, but I'm not desperate for a man, and that's just a little desperate. I feel like, and a lot of times I feel like people they have this excuse where I gotta be with him or I gotta be with her because we got a kid together. No, you don't. No, you don't. So you rather show your kid the wrong way for someone to love them and treat them versus it's okay to be a co-parent. It's a lot of kids out here very successful that had co-parent kid their parents was co-parent. You know what I'm saying? Versus being in a marriage and it's unhealthy and very toxic. And then they grow up and be like my ex. His mama and dad was his mama and stepdad was married relationship, but his ass, he's a narcissist. He abused women. You know what I'm saying? He had been married a few times and only in his early 30s. Like that was just a waste of a sperm. But it's just like at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you was married in a household with two parents or one parent or whatever the case is. Like it's a how that when that kid is in your house, what you introduce them to, making them feel love already. Like I know I'm the shit. I know I'm beautiful. I don't need a guy to come and say, "Oh, you're beautiful." That's not gonna wipe me off my feet. That's not gonna make me feel, "Oh wow, he think I'm beautiful." I know I'm beautiful. Tell me something I don't know.
Like when that girl said, "Them boys be my DM say I'm pretty." Them boys
Yeah,
be my
like
DM say I'm pretty. But
yeah,
this,
like
I already knew that.
yeah, like don't tell me something I already know. Like I just feel like if it's unhealthy, if it makes you toss and turn at night, you need to leave. Cause ain't nobody worth of you losing your sleep over.
Facts. Yeah, I
Ain't
agree.
nobody's worth losing your sleep, your time off of work because you can't work because you're so focused on your heartbroken and you know he cheating on you while you still with him. You know she cheating on you while you still with her. Like I don't get it. I don't get it. And there's some men out there that know they women are cheating and they still stay with her because that's the mother of my child. I don't want her to put me on child support. I'll take child support, Alex, for two. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care. Like, at the end of the day, I ain't gonna be with nobody that's mistreating me or halfway loving me or halfway treat me the way I deserve. I don't want halfway. I want either you gonna go all the way or you ain't gonna go no way. You know, so that Jody situation, mm-mm.
Yeah. So you saying just leave?
Yeah, just
Yep.
leave.
Advice you can give to somebody that's in that situation, leave. If it's like, again, if it's hurting you mentally, physically, emotionally, it's draining you, you need to leave. Like,
Right.
and again, it might not look like it'll be better. Like, because some people stay in situations because, again, that spirit done got attached to that other person's spirit, that bad spirit, and they feel like they can't get out of it, or it's gonna hurt them. They're gonna be hurt in, they don't want to hurt, or they like, oh, I'm already in this situation, but you're gonna have to, you gotta get out of that because it's not worth it.
It's not.
So let's see, I'm pinning this comment.
What is that?
It says, but how do you cut the person off who you feel gives you life? You can't just leave. You pray, you fight. No. Who gives you life? What do you mean by how do you cut the person off who gives you life?
If a person is hurting you and halfway loving you and halfway treating you the way you deserve, they're not giving you life. They're sucking it out of you.
Right.
So can you explain what you're asking? Because that don't make sense to me, respectfully. You know, no one can give you life if they're stressing you out, if they're disturbing your peace, if they're taking peace from you, if they're taking love away from you, if they're not adding anything, they're not giving you life. They're sucking life. And I think sometimes people get that confused because they're not giving you life. They're lusting you. You're lusting them. And it's fogging up what they really, you know what I'm saying? How you really feel. Like your heart and your body is feeling two different things. Your heart is hurt, but your body wants them. You know what I'm saying? That's lust. It's not giving you life. It's sucking life out of you. It's taking from you.
Right. Like what kind of life are they giving you? What life? What type of life?
Oh, you talking about they got the cars and the houses and they paying all the bills. That type of life. I feel like going into a relationship, you should be able to handle the bills on your own. You should be able to take care of a household. I don't want to go into no relationship knowing, God forbid, it's a possibility that person getting hurt at work, or God forbid an accident and they're down for a few months because their leg is broken. I want to make sure that I have enough to where I can pay the bills, I can put groceries in the house, I can make sure the kids are good. You know what I'm saying? So me going into a relationship, I want us to give each other life. I want us to build a life together. You know, I don't want it to be one-sided. He doing everything for me, or she doing everything for him. You know, it got to be some type of way where it's two type of incomes coming in, to where it's not just one, it's two. Even if one is smaller than the other, it's still some type of income coming through, just in case an emergency come through. Like, you know, everybody's straight. But with that being said, I don't, who that is? I don't know what you mean by it.
Yeah, about
you haven't wrote
the how do you cut off a person that feel that off who you feel gives you life? That's what I'm trying to figure out. What do you mean by they give you life? Because it seems like you want to leave. It seems like you want to leave that person, right? It says your other half or someone you feel is bad, but you know you've seen them good. Okay. So some people grew up different, love different, trust different. I mean, I would feel like, do you have enough energy to, I guess, work with that person? You know, teach each other how to be good. You know, teach them and I guess reverse. They say reverse psychology, but reverse whatever that they was taught. If you love that person enough, because like I said, a lot of us grew up totally different from, you know, different things. You know, I grew up, my mom wasn't married. I'm married. My mom wasn't married. So I didn't really have that person who I could go to and look and be like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do in a relationship. This is what I'm supposed to do in a marriage. But it took me and my husband to come together and be like, okay, you know, this is what we have to work on with each other to make our relationship better, and reading and studying how to become a better person for myself. Like, how do I become, you know, better myself so I can better my relationship with my other half. Like, if you feel like you want to be with that person and they may not have, you know, they grew up in a different environment, are you willing to learn to reverse it? To teach them, okay, this is what we're supposed to do to make each other happy. Like, Because some people really don't know. Some people don't know, really don't know how to love. Like they say, they don't know how to love. They don't know how to trust. And that's just how life is. And we can't be mad at people, especially if they don't know. How they gonna know how to treat you if they don't know how to treat themselves? That's why
I
you have
feel
to
like
read, you have to learn, like reverse
right.
all of that, relearn everything.
I feel like with that, that's like in the beginning stages of knowing somebody, asking them about their background. You know what I'm saying? Like all that favorite color and stuff is out the window. I don't give a freak about your favorite
Right.
color. You know what I'm saying? I want to know where your mind is at. I want to know
Mhm.
where are you mentally, you know what I'm saying, spiritually, emotionally, spiritually, all eras, you know what I'm saying? Especially like your family history, how close are you with your family, how you was raised, like how your past relationships were, like how did that affect you? What have you learned from your past relationships? I want to know I really don't want to know the details of your past relationship, but what have you learned from your past relationship? Because obviously it didn't work out for a reason. How have that impact on you? Is it you still feel some way about your your relationships, past relationships? Are you still healing? I don't know if you're still healing, because if you're still healing, don't talk to me, because I'm not no doctor. I can't heal you and I'm not God. So therefore I need you to heal and then approach yourself to me, because
Mhm.
you know I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. I'm to a point where I'm at an age in my life where I don't have time to babysit. I ask a lot of questions anyways, but in the beginning, I reckon like I'm a detective, honey. I be asking from A to Z. You know what I'm saying? I be want to know like everything, because you really have to get to know people these days, because knowing their favorite color and what kind of car, their favorite car they like to drive in, and this and that. No, I need to know where you at mentally, so we can build. I need somebody that's gonna add to me as I add to them. I don't need us taking anything from each other. I don't need us to drain each other. I need to know your triggers. What trigger you?
Mhm.
And that's a lot of
Mhm.
time. And that's that you can know when somebody really toxic by their
Mhm.
triggers, their growth, their flaws. Are they working on their triggers? Are they working on getting past that so it won't be a trigger no more? It's no longer a trigger no more. Like, how can I, that's when I say, okay, how can I help you with your triggers? Now, with your triggers, I would ask, how can I help you with that? Because I don't want to add, to that. I don't want to be the reason why it's happening. But at the end of the day,
Right.
like, you just have to really know that, get to know that person. And
Mhm.
as you go on through your relationship, say 6 months go by, ask those questions all over again. See where they at. See where y'all at in the relationship. Asking every 6 months, saying, see where we at mentally, spiritually. I want us to grow. I don't want us to all that toxic stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, y'all. We are about to go. It's been on here for an hour. Instagram is about to shut us off. But again, thank y'all so much. And for the people who tune into our stories when we post different questions on our stories, y'all are coming in, y'all are chatting with us, giving us y'all opinions, and we really do appreciate it. Listen, this is the real, raw, uncut conversations that we have on Queen Talks podcast, and we enjoy y'all coming on and rocking with us. If you want to listen to our past conversations, you could go to anchor.fm, or you can download the app, which will be so much easier. It is in the link in our bio. Go to Queen Talks podcast and listen to all our podcasts. Listen, we be having some dope conversations.
Yes.
Some good conversations about relationships, entertainment, all things trending. So again, that's Queen Talks podcast on Anchor. Just download the Anchor app and you can listen to our latest episodes. And also,
Mm-hmm.
you can go on to our YouTube channel. You can go on it. It's under Royal Self Media. And you can look at Queen Talks podcast and look at our recent live videos that we posted as well. Follow us if you haven't already followed us, and follow us on Facebook at Queen Talks Podcast. Follow Candy at Candy25 Love. She be posting.
Mm-hmm.
Listen,
Y'all just go on her page. You can see for yourself. And you can follow me at Queen M Bonnie. My page is all about self-care, self-love, enjoying life. So make sure you can follow our page. We do follow back. And we will be back on Monday. We don't come back during the week, but we will be back officially on Mondays at 8 p.m. All right, we thank y'all so much. We'll see y'all soon.